Okay, so I just implemented a section list, and for me personally, it wasn't very intuitive. So here I'm going to try and give an intuitive explanation. When you make a section list, you need a couple of things. First things, you need a section data object. I call it section data. You can call it anything you want. In the documentation, they call it section. Sections is an array of objects, each having a title and a data prop or key. This is a must. This is non-negotiable. This is not really explained well in the documentation, in my opinion. It must have a title and it must have a data prop. Each object is representing one section. So if your data is in a different format, you need to reformat your data such that each object is one section, and then for each section, the data is gathered in an array with your particular data. So you need sections, which you give your section data item. Then you need a render item function, which basically, as it says, renders each item. But again, for me, this was not very intuitive because render item, but then where does item come from? There's no item in here, right? But what is happening is that we are destructuring the entire object that gets passed through the function, which is explained in the documentation down here. So when render item gets passed, the whole object, but in this particular case, in this example, we only take the item key from there as specified in this section's data key, and then we render something based on that item. The next function is render section header. Again, if we go to the documentation to render section header, we see that it renders at the top of each section, blah, blah, blah. There we have the section, but then info is a section. So there we have the section instead of the whole big object. So all in all, there's so many things that can go wrong. And the documentation for someone like me who reads this the first time, it's not very intuitive. So hopefully this video helped you a bit. Thank you for watching and see you next time.